Hi, I'm Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I believe that housing is a right, not a privilege, and all of you help make that happen. So thank you for your work. Everyone deserves safe, quality, and affordable housing, because housing is the cornerstone of a diverse, thriving community. It intersects with health, transportation, food security, education, the environment, wealth building, and more. I'm proud of all the work happening at the federal level and at the state level to tackle our ongoing housing challenges as we continue to rebuild our economy from pandemic. At the federal level, we're making bold progress. The recently passed American Rescue Plan will deliver relief to those bearing the brunt of housing insecurity and help communities increase affordable housing and services for people currently or at risk of experiencing homelessness. Recently, I joined Housing and Urban Development Secretary Fudge to announce $5 billion in new grants to states and local governments across the country to tackle homelessness. Michigan is slated to receive $150 million, among billions more headed our way from the American Rescue Plan. I'm also excited about the American Jobs Plan, which makes once-in-a-generation investments in housing to bring the U.S. and Michigan closer to ending homelessness and tackling housing instability. This plan creates millions of good-paying jobs, builds up our roads and bridges, replaces all lead pipes nationwide, and expands our national electric grid. The American Jobs Plan is a perfect complement to my Rebuilding Michigan plan that includes hundreds of projects that fix our roads with the right mix and materials, which will create thousands of good-paying union construction jobs and will help keep Michigan drivers safe on the road. I'm excited to work with President Biden and our partners in D.C. to get this done and deliver for our families. I'm proud of the steps we're taking at the state level too. The pandemic has exacerbated so many systemic inequities and underscored just how important it is for every person to have a safe, stable home. That's why I created the Michigan Coronavirus Task Force on Racial Disparities, spearheaded by Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, that investigated the causes of racial disparities and the impact of COVID-19 and recommended actions to address those disparities relating to the pandemic and beyond. I created the Black Leadership Advisory Council to advise me on a range of issues and recognized by executive directive that racism is a public health crisis. I've also proposed a new allocation of $10 million in the general fund budget for a housing and community development fund. The fund would allow for creative financing for often neglected segments of the housing industry. 47, let that sink in, 47 states have a housing trust fund like the one I'm proposing. I'm making it a priority for Michigan to have one too. If you agree it's long overdue, I ask all of you to contact your state legislators and ask them to support the HCD fund. Roughly half of Michigan's renters and a quarter of the state's homeowners pay more than 30% of their incomes on shelter costs. This was true before the COVID-19 pandemic, and conditions are worse now. It's unacceptable. At the end of the day, housing is about so much more than just shelter. It's about dignity, stability, and opportunity. When people have a place to call home, they've got peace of mind to know one of their basic needs is met, and they have a launching pad as they chase their future. Investments in housing are good for all of us, and they are a critical piece as we continue to build back better from this pandemic. I'm grateful for each of you and your resilience. Together, I know we're making a difference in people's lives. Let's keep getting it done. Thank you.